OK, to Tynecastle now, Hearts' new stand opened for business last weekend with a 1-1 draw against Partick Thistle. Craig Levine's side took on a Ross County team just narrowly beaten by Celtic in Dingwall last weekend.
Cowie, Callaghan and Lafferty all drop out for Hearts. They're on the bench with Cochrane, Walker and Stockton replacing them. The hosts without a win in their last 4. Owen Coyle must have been pretty happy with the performance, if not result, against champion Celtic last week. Schalk replaces Curran, but apart from that, it's as you were for County. And it is the Jambos who get us underway. They were stung late on by Partick Thistle's Chris Doolan 6 days ago. A game they thought they were heading towards the 3 points, and I'm sure Craig Levine did. Owen Coyle, his team put up a real resolute defensive performance against Celtic, losing out to that stunning Lee Griffiths free kick. This is Arnaud Jume for Gonçalves. Loose ball. What a wonderful turn. Really good by Jim O'Brien. And he's found Schalk, who's got an opportunity here. And he's unlucky to see that come crashing off the post. The man who scored the winner last time Ross County were here. It's Berra. Long ball there, looked out of place across the road as Jamie Walker's effort spilled initially there by McCary. He gets away with it. And Scotland taking on Australia in their final autumn international across the railway at Murrayfield. Gardine losing out to Walker. Good play by the returning number 7. He's having another go. Vincent Schalk got the winner the last time County were here. Walker got the winner. The two sides met in Dingwall earlier this season. It's going to break to Jamie Walker. Has another go. He's over the bar off target, but that is a corner to the hosts. A bad effort by Walker, looped anywhere. Plenty to hit, and it comes. Oh, it's just passed. It was Jume. Arnaud Jume threw himself at that one. And Brandon looking for an option. Here's Walker again. And Arnaud Jume again. Spilled there by McCary, who does enough on his recovery to ensure that Gonçalves can't put Hearts in front. Oh, he probably should have done though, the Portuguese. Here's Brandon. Oh, he gives it straight to Roudus. The Hearts fortuitously have got it back. It's Walker. Hasn't quite got his eye in yet, Walker. He's not getting the corner either. County claimed handball initially. Clearly see took a touch. Here come County. Is Keeler done? He really has looked the part this season, and he loses out that time. Walker shifting it out here for Milinkovic, and then Cochrane's effort is beaten away by McCary. The Hearts have enjoyed the lion's share of the opportunities. Jamie Walker has taken a sore one just off the ball there. He clashed with Roudus. Hearts continued, and McCary to beat away the Cochrane effort. Just one win in their last 4 for Ross County, and they're currently embroiled in a run of 4 away matches in 6. Let's come through to Alex Schalk. Schalk driving the ball into the net. It's not going to count though. Well, the flag was up relatively early here, but you can clearly see Alex Schalk was in line with the defenders there, and Ross County have a right to feel aggrieved about that decision. Stockton. Arnaud Jume. And again, we choose to pass this time. Milinkovic. Oh, headed for goal by Stockton. Good build-up play by Hearts. And Stockton's effort held on to by McCary. Here's Stockton. Oh, he shrugged off Routis. Oh, Gonçalves was close. And that's just gone behind the byline. Well, the post-mortem going on in the Ross County defence here as to how Hearts came so close to scoring from that situation. One of the lights is out there, just at the corner of the wheat field. Gonçalves. And he'll take the corner. The Hearts have another 4 straight home games after this one. They really want to start accumulating the points. I think it's a situation where they are looking over their shoulder rather than up the table. In from Cowie. Headed for goal by Berra. And McCary saves from both the Scotland international and Gonçalves on the rebound. It was Berra's effort. He's so good in the opposition box. Hearts' last victory came in mid-October against St Johnstone. Just 8 wins in the calendar year of 2017 in the Premiership. Smith's ball across, and that is a Hearts corner. And off Marcus Fraser. Kyle Lafferty on as a sub, involved in the middle there. Berra again! Well, Alan McCary was brave, he came out, but he was in no man's land really. Arnold Hume. Was Hume fouled there? He was. It was Draper. And John Beaton flashes the yellow card at Draper. And Hearts have an opportunity here on the edge of the county box. Cowie will leave it for Lafferty. Well, has he gone for the far corner? Looked as though he did. Lafferty. Difficult for the right footer in that situation. It's Milinkovic. Walker is going to get onto that, nods it forward, and there is a shout for handball by the Hearts supporters. They play on to the host, but McCary smothers at the feet of Cowie. And here was the penalty shout. Well, it would have been harsh if that had been given. Might not have even been inside the box. John Beaton not interested. Milinkovic. Now Arnaud Hume. It's cleverly done! Doesn't have the finish to match. Brilliant drag back there by Hume. A couple of away wins for County this season, at Dundee on the opening day and at Kilmarnock early in the Coyle tenure. But it's Hearts continuing to press. McCary punches as he tends to do, and he holds on from the Cowie effort. Former Ross County player Don Cowie, of course, with his name in the Highlands. It's another draw for Hearts in front of the new stand at Tynecastle. Disappointment you can clearly hear from the Hearts supporters. A well-earned point though for Owen Coyles County. A decent result for them, and that'll make the journey up the A9 slightly warmer for the Ross County supporters.
Two totally contrasting feelings between the result and the performance. The performance was what I want us to do at home. In fact, what I want us to do in every match. We played some really good football, created a load of chances. Unfortunately, we didn't take any of those chances, and when things are tough like they are just now, everything seems to be really difficult.
The flag went up late, that was the thing about it, so that's why I was bemused at the side, because when he's played through, I looked straight away, there's no flag, and then as Schalk strikes it, then the flag goes up. You know, he's a terrific finisher. You've seen obviously the one earlier that hit the post, he's capable of putting them in, so would the keeper have saved it? I don't think he would have. So anyway, that aside, it wasn't given, and we had to at times, you know, stand up and be counted, which we did. We had to reshuffle the pack with the injuries. So all credit to them.
Over the piece of the game, we could have scored 2 or 3 goals, and you couldn't have complained. That was one of our best second half, especially. Was up there with Aberdeen game. Our performance, you know, we were on the front foot. They had minimal chances, and you know, as I said, we're disappointed we didn't win the game.
Freezing afternoon at Tynecastle for us, Michael. We barely survived. I think we did well. We're just about thawing out now. In terms of the quantity and quality of chances, a quantity of chances for Hearts, you would say, in this match. Well, there were. The statistics back that up. The quality, though, were they with Ross County? They had the ball in the back of the net, after all.
Yeah, they did. You know, it was a tough one. You heard Owen Coyle there saying that he felt it was a poor decision, and you see here Michael Smith playing him on.
Definitely onside, and he takes it through and finishes it well, and that should have been 1-0 to Ross County. And yes, I think Hearts were the better team in this match, but County should have had that goal. And then this is an unbelievable turn, wiping out two of the central midfielders, this is another really good attack, a shot on target, hits the post, and unlucky. Hearts had an awful lot of opportunities within the match, but none as good as those two, I don't think.
It seems to have kind of split opinion amongst Hearts fans, Michael, yesterday's performance. Yeah. Some saying that there were signs of improvement. They quote the quantity of chances. But in terms of the quality of chances, what was your take on it?
Well, I think that you know, it's an important distinction. It's you know, where are the chances coming from? A lot of them yesterday were from outside the box. There's no doubt that you know, there was a quality of play which was better. You see here we're looking at the build-up, playing through the thirds. Weeks ago we would have seen Christoph just playing a longer pass, trying to play and probe, good possession, but with a purpose. They're going forward here and eventually getting into the final third with Jamie Walker here. It's being controlled. It's not just being thumped up the park. Eventually you see Jamie Walker driving into an area and having a shot. But look at the bodies that Ross County have got behind the ball. That's easy for McCary.
It's comfortable.
Cochrane, really good player, positive, forward pass. Keep an eye on him, driving forward again. Jamie Walker, the same, driving forward, forward pass. Milinkovic is on the ball. Within 3 passes, they're on the edge of the box having a strike. But again, bodies behind the ball. It's a strike from outside of the box from Hearts there. This is in the second half. They're probing away, forward passes. Again, it comes back out. But it's again, you see Jim looking to play forward. Back to Jamie Walker, but look at the number of bodies that Ross County have got in front of them. You heard Owen Coyle saying that. They had to dig in, they had to show that they were difficult to break down. It's an overhead kick from the edge of the box. It's not that's a chance, but it's not an easy one. You see again here, outside the box, strike on goal. They're good strikes, but the chance of you converting that are very small. You know, I mean, I got into a debate and a chat with some of the guys on social media last night.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, you know, what they would regard as an expected goal. From outside of the box, there's only 4% of the shots that end up as a goal. That's not a great number of quality. So when people talk about Hearts had 23 shots at goal yesterday, but where were they from? There was very few actually in dangerous areas. In that double 6-yard box is what I would call. That's where you've got the best opportunity.
You look at every goal that we've seen tonight on the show has been scored inside the box, probably from about 15 yards in.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of like Hearts right now, Michael, where do you feel they are?
Well, I think, you know, there's no doubt that it's a concern that they need to, as I said, get into those areas of the park which are going to create more opportunities for them, dangerous opportunities.
Yeah, and we'll see that here.
You see that? Look, that's the area. That is a sitter. That is the one.
Should score.
That's the real one that they'll look at. That's a corner. Christoph gets up really well, as we know he can. But we don't see enough of this from Hearts. It's not particularly great build-up, but look, penetration in the wide areas. It's a wonderful ball in from Jamie Walker. Cole Stockton's got to break his neck and get in there. Again, look, this isn't great build-up, but look at the dangerous areas on the park. Wide and penetrating, and then wonderful ball across. That's where you see the goals getting scored.
Sure, sure.
And, you know, when you talk about, as I said, I'll go back to it, 23 chances.
Yeah.
But what are the chances of it being converted? The expected goals ratio, they're not high. When you see it inside that double 6-yard box, the chance and the ratio goes way up. Hearts didn't have enough of that yesterday.
Do you think that Craig Levein will see it as a positive performance? Do you think it was a good performance, better than we've seen previously?
The performance was a lot better, there's no doubt in terms of... But was it effective? In the final third, they didn't create really good chances.
Robbie Nielsen left a year ago with a 2-0 victory against Rangers. Where are Hearts now compared to then?
Well, it's a huge regression in a year. You know, when you think about the team that Robbie Nielsen had in that last game, and we're looking at it here, I don't think anybody would question or doubt that that team is better to the team that was playing yesterday and the team that they generally have. There's no question.
And they went second in the league that night.
They were second in the table that night. Now, you know, there's a struggle, there's an apathy, there's a bit of a negativity around the club. And you look at the record in that year, that's terrible. To lose half your games is not a great record. Not scoring a huge number, just over 1 a game. it's not a particularly positive record to have. And when you look at the number of players that have come into the club in that period of time, and the number that have gone out, and that's not including loan deals. That's only permanent signings.
And there's been a lot of loan deals.
Yeah, and there's been a lot. So the continuity has been difficult. There's been a huge turnover, and now Craig Levein says he needs two transfer windows to turn it around.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to take responsibility for some of the dealings that have gone on there, and the length of contracts that a lot of those players were given as well. So it's been self-inflicted, a lot of the regression that's happened in that year. And what concerns me most is, why did Robbie Neilson feel the need to leave Hearts at the first opportunity? You look at Derek McInnes, nailing his colours to the mast at Aberdeen. Robbie Neilson out the door at the first opportunity, and it was a lot better and a lot more positive when Robbie was there.
After all of that, still a great point for Ross County, for the ever-enthusiastic Owen Coyle.
Yeah.
He was very enthusiastic.
It was a really good point, and another clean sheet for them. And, I suppose it's subjective. Craig Levein will look at that game yesterday and say, do you know what, it's positive. We had 23 shots on goal, we had about 60% possession, but I think the only stats that matter are, it was a 0-0 draw at home, and they've taken 2 points from 15, which isn't really good enough.
Yeah, 5 matches without a victory for Hearts. All that leaves the Ladbrokes Premiership table looking like this. Aberdeen cut Celtic's lead at the top to 3 points. Hibernian third on 26 points. Dundee off the bottom after that victory over Rangers. Partick Thistle now the side at the foot of the table. To the Betfred League.